we are live again as every Saturday, weekly live, yes. Today's topic is how to achieve a shape, yes, body shape of a model. How do models look? How do they achieve that shape, So it's not a muscular body type, not too many muscles, quite lean, feminine. So just before we start, I wanted to say that for the next week, the live will probably be on Sunday because I have something on Saturday morning. So we are just going to move it to the Sunday morning instead. I will announce it as always in the posts. Okay, so today's topic. First thing, what I wanted, oh, by the way, just before I start, you can of course write the questions, any questions related to weight loss in the comments. This video will be saved. It takes a little bit of time to save it, so maybe it will appear tomorrow, and you can again write the questions under that video as well, so that I know what you are interested in, and so that we can talk about those topics next week, yes, next week's in the next live streams. And now okay, let's go to the topic now. So you see sometimes on Instagram girls, yes, you see girls which look so slim, yes, they look like models, but then you find out that that girl's height is maybe 1.57 meters, So she doesn't have a model height, but if you look at the pictures, at the videos, she's so slim, tiny, and she looks tall. So it's actually about proportions. It's about proportions. Here we have to look at your body type, at your training routine, exercise routine as well. And again, you can always come back to my previous lives and listen to those. There we speak about body types. And if I talk about myself, again, we girls, we want to get slim, we want to look slim, yes, thin. And we think that, okay, then we have to go to the gym and lift heavy weights, right? We have to lift as heavy as possible. But what happened to me is that I was lifting heavy weights, but I was not getting slimmer. I was actually going wider. And I didn't understand why, and at that time I was working. Hello, yes. At that time I was working at a beauty salon, and some of my clients said, Christina, are you preparing for a bodybuilding competition or something, because when you lift heavy weights, you grow muscle. Then it depends on your body type. What is your body type? So again, if we refer to the previous video about body types, if you are, for example, mesomorph, who is gaining muscles very quickly, gaining weight very quickly, the training, what will happen with heavy lifting, this type of training will grow your muscles, you will not become, there are, of course, the weight training has to be in your routine. It is good for your muscles, it is good for your bones. But according to the body type, we want to adapt your exercise routine and create proportions, proportions. Longer legs, long muscles, elongated muscles. That's why we do stretching as well. We need stretching in our routine if you want to have slim, long, let's see, limbs, proportions, yes? So I'm just gonna check a little bit the questions. Okay, just, yeah, hello. So how to achieve those proportions, to look slim? Oh, by the way, so also one thing we see sometimes, those shorter people who look like models because they are slim and because of those proportions, but sometimes we also see, this will be ectomorph type, long limbs, thin, tall people. It's difficult for them to gain weight and difficult to gain muscle. And we look at those model types, naturally model type bodies, and they are showing to us training routine where they lift heavy weights, you know, you have to lift heavy, and we think that, oh, this type of exercise will be good for us as well, right? Let's do the same. And then everybody is doing the same training but doesn't have the same results. So if you are an ectomorph and it's difficult for you to gain muscle, no problem. You can lift heavy. It's easy for you to lose weight. So, you know, that's the easy type. However, if you are endomorph or mesomorph, okay, let's see. Okay, then for you, you will have to adapt your training. You will have to adapt your training. You will have to focus on cardio more, probably, not to skip the weight training, but more cardio, and stretching is the key. Stretching here is the key to elongate your muscles, to accelerate the lymphatic system as well, the work of lymphatic system, so that the toxins go out. Toxins go out. Toxins are stored in the fat. The more toxins, the more fat the body needs as well. Yes, we want to remove all of this. Say hello. Hello. Yes, hello. Okay, so first thing we have yes, the proportions. We want to create proportions. If you lift heavy, if you are mesomorph or endomorph, you might go wider instead of slimmer. Yes. Yeah, so adapt the exercise routine. Of course, it's a very big complex of everything. Never skip any relaxation techniques. For example, even like meditation. Yes, meditation. You will relax your body. Again, you will relax the body. You will remove any knots in the body, any blockages. Also, the nutrients will be absorbed better by your body. You will want to eat less. Yes, please write any questions, anything with the weight loss. I will be happy to answer. How do I train? How do I train my butt? Well, what do you think? How do you train your butt? What do you think? I think it's okay. Yeah, this we will have to block some users because the questions are not to the topic. Somebody wrote tummy, and what about tummy? Can you develop your question a little bit? Can you expand the question? What is your problem? Right, what is your problem? A little bit maybe about your routine as well. Okay, reduce tummy fat. Okay, so reduce tummy fat. Is that fat only on your tummy? Is that fat only on your tummy? Can you please answer that? Or is it, you know, maybe on your arms as well, only on your tummy? Only on your tummy. Okay. Can you please tell me a little bit about your routine? Do you exercise? What do you normally eat? And do you have a lot of stress in life? What about your sleep? You know, it's a complex. What about your habits? Do you smoke? Do you drink a lot? For a man, I don't know. I think this is a man, right? A male who is asking about tummy fat. Connected to hormones often. If you're drinking a lot of alcohol, if you have a lot of stress, of course, it's, you know, it's easy actually. Everything is easy. The difficult part is to change your habits. You're asking that question, but you probably know the answer already. You probably know the answer that you maybe eat unhealthy, maybe you don't sleep. It's very simple things. The difficult part is the transition, yes. How do I change my habits? How do I become the person who doesn't have belly fat? What do you think? How do you become a person who doesn't have belly fat? Lot of stress. Okay, no alcohol, no smoke, little exercise. Okay, so about the exercise, preferably you should be doing every day. I understand we all have our routine, our stress, our life. What about 15 minutes per day of some cardio? What about 15 minutes instead of scrolling Instagram or watching TV? Or actually, you know what? Watch TV. Watch TV and do exercise and do the squats. 15 minutes per day. Also, walking. In the last live, I mentioned also that if you do 1 hour of training per day, but then you sit at the computer for 10 hours, it will kind of cancel your results of that training. For us, it's important to constantly move in life. We should be moving. There is this problem nowadays that we are sitting too much. So find ways how you can move. For a man, especially, normally for men, it's very quick. For 1-2 weeks experiment, try to find ways where you can walk more. Watch that Instagram, stay on YouTube, take your phone in your hands in front of your face, walk outside, fresh air, the best. Oxygen, burning the fat. That's why I have a treadmill on my balcony, because it's just so much more effective to do exercise outside than indoors. Okay, let's see. So a lot of stress. Yes, stress is a problem. Stress, we all have stress. It's impossible to have no stress in our life. Again, it's a very big topic, very complex topic. It starts from when you are in your mother's belly, What did your mother, which patterns did she put in you? Was she very stressed? Did she give you enough attention? Did she give you enough love? Or did you have anxiety a lot in your childhood? Did you learn in your childhood that you have to be scared of everything? That maybe you saw your parents were working a lot, and that's your picture of your life, that now you also have to be, always stress. Otherwise, you don't know how else, So think about this. Maybe you have some insights now. Yeah, sleep schedule is not okay. So what type of cardio? We need to achieve sweating. And your heartbeat has to beat faster than in a normal state. And sometimes with walking, we cannot achieve that. We cannot achieve our heartbeat to beat faster if we are just walking. So we need that the heart rate goes up, and you sweat. That will be your cardio. What type doesn't matter. not the most important problem. Which type of cardio? Running, cardio, you can look in my videos also, 10 minutes, you know, cardio training, jump, jump, jump. Yeah, I get sometimes I get a little bit bored. Now it's in my routine. I run almost every day with some exceptions, but otherwise I jog every day. If I get bored, I have a jumping rope, for example. I started now. And then also different parts of your body, different muscles are working. So it's good sometimes to change, you know, because our body, yeah, you can get bored or it kind of gets used to use the same muscles, you know, so variety is good. Routine is good, but variety is also good. It's a bit, as you can see, you know, but our goal here to include some type of cardio now, yes, in your routine. We have to include cardio. That's the first step. Now it doesn't matter which type. Now we have to include any type of cardio. Can you please write me which type of cardio do you think you could include? For 10-15 minutes per day, what do you think would, and when? Could you please write me now in the comments? This was the question of, I don't know if I pronounce properly, Gaurav's 45, yes. Which type of cardio do you think you could include? Here it's important also that you like it, if you don't like it, and I understand in the beginning maybe you don't like any types of cardio because it's not in your habit, but once you start to do more sports, you get those. For example, me, before I would think sleep is a waste of time. Sleep is a waste of time. I would sleep 4 hours per day. Yeah, work, study as much as possible, you know, efficiency, 4 hours per day of sleep. One time I was driving, I was so tired, I thought I'll just close my eyes for just 2 seconds. I open my eyes, I wake up, and I'm driving into the other car, actually. After that, I said, okay, this has to stop. Now with children also, they disrupt the sleep sometimes, but if I have normal sleeping schedule, I don't want to go back to the 4-hour sleep. When you start to feel the benefits of exercising, you understand that this is so much better. The mood is so much better. You feel better. You feel more confidence. You like yourself more, and it gets into your habit, and then you don't want to go back. But now our first step is just to do anything, to start somewhere. You don't have to see 10 steps in front of you. See 1 step in front of you now. Some steps will open up later. The next steps will open up later, but you have to take that first step first. Okay. Yes. Yeah, at least 7 hours. There are ranges of sleep for every age. When you get much older, you might even need a little bit less sleep. But 7-8 hours per day is good, and to go to sleep around 10, before 11, let's say, yes, before 11, because also some hormones are expressed during certain hours, yeah. And sometimes if you go to sleep too late, the sleep quality will not be the same anymore. Okay, so just as there are for the moment no questions, I will just go back a little bit to our topic. So I said about, yes. So yeah, basically to look slim, this is maybe more a topic for a woman who wants to look slim, you know. Like I said, for a man, often it's easier. He just trains and the body fat goes out faster, actually. Sometimes I sleep 9 hours. Yes, 9 hours is okay as well. 7 to 9 hours, it's fine. But again, if you think that 9 hours it's too long, why is that? Maybe you went to sleep at 3 a.m. and you're so exhausted that you need to sleep until 12, you know. Maybe it's some chronic fatigue. Maybe you're chronically tired, you know. And sometimes we sleep too long because we just cannot wake up anymore. Just yeah, like you see, it's a very deep, complex topic. Okay, some more questions? Otherwise, on our topic of today, if you want to look slimmer, not like a bodybuilder, then depending on your body type, we are not talking about ectomorph, who are naturally slim, you know, but more like mesomorph, endomorph. Focus on cardio. We want elongated muscles. Which types of exercises create that? Maybe less of the pumping techniques, but more something where you tense muscles, like Pilates could be good. Then we add the stretching because we want to create the proportions. Doesn't matter what is your height. We want to create proportions. Also in my videos you will find, do them, the videos with stretching. We also work on the posture there. Yeah, posture is very important here, because sometimes if you are like this, you might look, you see, you have to open, hips back, the proportions become different, you look slimmer. How to gain muscle while reducing body fat? Well, I can tell you, if you just started to do that, then you will need at least 1-2 years, depending on your point A. Just think far, yes? Think far to the front, like 1 year journey. 1 year journey, because that's not just, you know, do this exercise and you will gain muscle and lose body fat. It's a complex. I can tell you now, okay, so what will reduce body fat? Cardio and salad, you know. And what will gain muscle? Lifting weights. Maybe eating protein, more protein. What about your diet? How do you eat? How balanced is your diet? So now just one remark about protein. You don't have to eat huge amounts of protein. You know, this fashion is now that, oh, protein. You really don't need to do that. Normal amount of protein, because too much of protein has other risks associated, yes, health risks. And in any case, if you have too much protein in your diet, your body will eliminate it. Too much of protein will give you pimples. Depends on the type of protein. But body doesn't store, it cannot kind of store, like for example sugar, it can store, but it's not the same mechanism with the protein, and body can even convert that protein into other macronutrients. For example, for the energy, it can convert it if there's too much of it. So there is no point in eating huge amount of protein. Also, protein powders, better not to do it. It's processed food product. It's processed. Better eat normal, lean meat. We simplify a lot. We simplify. We don't complicate it. We don't want that our body is struggling and getting blockages, you know, like blocked. No, we want that everything flows nicely. Simple foods, whole foods, cooking methods. The best would be steaming or boiling. Okay, nutrition, kidneys. What about kidneys? What about nutrition? Okay. Yeah, you can again specify if you want while we're still here. What about nutrition? What about kidneys? Yeah, basically everything is in the complex. Your sleep, your water, you're doing stretching, and you want that the lymphatic flow is more efficient, but for that you also need to drink water. Sleep, water, nutrition, exercise, stress reduction. 5 pillars. Yeah, like, you know, everything in balance. You need to have everything in balance. Yeah, okay, understood. Protein and kidneys, yeah. Yeah, it can have negative impact. Okay, so any more questions? If no, we will be finishing for today. If you will have questions later, don't hesitate to write them in the comments. This video will be saved. Also, if you didn't subscribe yet, of course, subscribe, comment. Everything helps my channel to grow. And I'm very happy to help you and answer your questions. I'm very passionate about this healthy lifestyle, nutrition. So, okay. So I guess that's all for today then. Thank you so much. Next week we are seeing each other probably on Sunday. I will make the announcement. Otherwise, thanks so much for contributing. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing, for contributing with your questions. We'll be very happy to speak about other topics the next week. You can give your suggestions. And that's all for today. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.